Hello, and thank you for tuning in to A Voice for All. I am your host, Jamila Gamble, and I trust you've had an awesome week. Again, to those of you who take time to tweet, come on the Jam Fam, share your opinions about the show, I really appreciate it. And because of you, I get to find awesome guests. So thank you for your continued support of A Voice for All. Tonight, I have a really awesome and seasoned guest because it's really hard interviewing another host. I have Jay Stoyan from the Disability Network. Yes, the Disability Network, which means there is a network out there that's only for people with disabilities. So Voice for All means the Disability Network. Joining forces.
Thank you very much for having me on today.
I am so honored to have you on because what you are doing, it's really breaking down barriers. And I'm glad to see that it's happening because it needs to happen, quite frankly. There's no other reason for it.
Well, it's been actually, the reception has been very well, overwhelming to tell you the truth across Canada. So again, my name is Jay Stoyan and I'm from the Disability Network, and our mandate is to support, promote, educate, employ, and to be an information hub for persons with disabilities across Canada, into the U.S. and globally eventually.
I love that part,
yeah.
Globally.
So the synergy's there, the vibe's there. We have all the major corporations, all the major charitable organizations on their side, provincial, federal, and the celebrity angle, which is great because since we are TV, it's always good when you can attach a little pizzazz.
So how did this all come to be?
Well, myself, I have a disability. I have a form of malaria. I've had it since I was born. It's incurable, so I've spent the better part of my youth going across North America to see if there's a cure. No cure. I'm also a television talk show host for the last dozen years from Rogers to Fox. So what I did, I just melted the two because I knew that I always kept my illness to myself and it could flare up any time. And if I was climbing a ladder, chances are I'd get fired. So therefore, I pulled myself off TV. I created this network called the Disability Network, where our mandate is to promote and employ and support persons with disabilities. And then because I'm a talk show host and because I created the network with a disability, I just sort of blended them.
Beautiful. And there's no other explanation for that because really, what you're even demonstrating right now is that people are so used to seeing someone with a physical, whether it's you have your cane or your walker or a wheelchair, and they're like, what disability do you have? Right?
Correct,
Which is one of the, obviously the biggest stereotypes. But what you're demonstrating is that you're not letting what your disability may be stop you. You know?
That's a great point. And just to add to that, that I know I'm very sensitive to people with disabilities since I've had it my whole life. But our network isn't geared just towards the disabled. I mean, obviously the focus is for persons with disabilities, but through our survey and our extensive research over 4 years, we found that persons with disabilities just don't want to watch somebody that looks like them all day. They want to watch sports. They want to listen to music. They want to see what's going on in the news.
They're people,
like
Jay.
Everybody else.
Oh my goodness, wait a second. People with disabilities have common interests, like us able-bodied people?
Well,
get out.
You know what? As nuts as that sounds, people don't realize that. The people that are disabled, they do everything just like everybody else. Maybe it takes them a little longer, and they're off sometimes, but you know what? They want to be treated like everybody else. And actually, the persons with disabilities, this is the last frontier to be supported. You have all your specialty groups, you have all your minority groups, from gay and lesbian to the, you know, the Indian community to the ethnic community. Well, this community needs support, probably more than any other community, if you really want to get down to it.
It has a mix of all what you just said in the disability community.
It does.
So within the disability community, there are people who are, you know, gay, who are ethnic, who are everything under the sun. And you're right that when it comes to media, it's almost as if, why are they on the media? So for you to even be thinking globally, that's huge, and that's what needs to be happening.
Well, we're going to do it by 3 components. One is content, so original content. So we're going to be going out to March of Dimes events, to Oasis, to Easter Seals. We're going to be shooting events. We covered the Maple Leaf Gardens World Women's Basketball Championship. Who was there? Us.
Good.
And he came to us and said, my goodness, we beat down the doors for other media to come out and cover us. They won't cover us. We don't want anybody now. We got you. And I said, we're here all the time. So not only do I live it, I'm a sports guy, I'm a TV guy, and I have a disability. So hopefully I can bring those 3 components together to really open up people's eyes. And I don't mind being the bull for people.
I wouldn't even use the word hopefully.
You know what I mean?
I see this going
It's
where
great.
you're
It
saying
is good.
it's
It is
going.
very tough, though, so we need all the support we can get. And sometimes people just, they don't realize, out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
Well, no more out of sight, out of mind. Just like former Lieutenant Governor David Onley said, we are the last frontier to be supported. So, Jay, terrific for the Disability Network. I think you're going to have Canada's support 100%.
And what an endorsement.
Yes.
So for people tuning in, what kind of content should they expect?
Well, you're going to see 3-tier level of content. The first tier is going to be 100% disabled shows. So you're going to see home fitter shows, doctor panel shows, Paralympic Games. The second tier is going to be regular television shows like music shows, sports shows that are going to be either hosted by persons with disabilities or behind the scenes. The third tier, give you an example, would be like a Sopranos with a mobster in a wheelchair. Well, you might see part of the episode him doing rehab.
Can we do like The Bachelor?
There you go.
Honestly,
do
I
The
would
Bachelor.
love to see The Bachelor as a man or a woman who has Down syndrome
Great.
and is bringing in all the ladies.
Well,
I love that.
we're going to sort of stop the stigma of saying, ooh, disabled, ooh, disability. No more. We want to be front and center like everybody else. And by getting familiar with that sort of life,
Right.
people aren't so ooh and in the closet. They're sort of, oh,
We're in
okay.
2014.
Yeah.
Why are we still oohing?
Well, unfortunately,
We should be going eyeing.
yeah, unfortunately,
instead,
people
right?
still are, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like every other, minority groups too. They're struggling. They're fighting for equality. That's what it's all about, equality. So hopefully, with our network, with the support we've been receiving from federal, provincial, like I said, all the organizations, we're on our way.
You want to take over the rest of the show? 'Cause it seems like you have this set, absolutely set. Now, in terms of community support, local community support, how can the local community get involved with you?
Well, we're always looking for volunteers, but really, we're coming to you. We're going to come out to see you. We want to support you rather than you support us. I know it goes hand in hand,
Yeah.
but we're going to come out into the community. So let's just say, for instance, Easter Seal is having an event for their members in Thornhill. Well, we're going to go up there with our camera crew. We're going to shoot that event, and it's going to be on TV. I also do MC, so I do a lot of MC events. So I just MC'd an event for lupus. We brought up our camera crew,
Good.
free of charge. It was a concert. Some of the best musicians in the city were there giving up their time, so we took our crew up. I emceed the event for lupus. I think they raised $2,500. All went towards lupus. It's the little communities.
Yes.
If you can attach them, string them all together, you'd be surprised on what you will receive in return.
I want to touch base on your crew. The crew who you work with, you mentioned some of them have disabilities?
Yes.
So again, let's just pause and let that soak in. Oh my goodness, people with disabilities are capable of working on set and being crewmates?
Exactly. So
Who taught them how to do that?
Well, we're teamed up with Ryerson. Right? So we're teamed up with
Fantastic.
Ryerson with their RTA department, so they have all different type of students. But again, our main goal is to hire persons with disabilities. Of course, you have to be qualified, and we will teach you.
Good.
And there's many opportunities. So you can be a writer, you can be a producer, you can be a host, or you can work administration. We want to sort of gear towards your talent.
True.
Right? At the end of the day, we want to have a company full of persons with disabilities being employed.
So what about the able-bodied community? Say somebody wants to get involved in a network, would they be able to be employed?
Never enough. Yes, absolutely. Okay. We're not exclusive just to disabled people, but yeah, sure, we want able bodies, disabled bodies, everybody coming in. So, but again, we're flipping the network mantra where before the networks would hire disabled people because they have to. You have to become diversified, right? They have to fill their mandate. Whereas us, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to hire disabled people first, and then if we can't fill those positions, then we'll go outside and we'll look for able bodies.
So when these local businesses, for example, hire somebody with a disability, as you already know, they train their staff to know how to
do the job.
To not even do the job, but just to know how to work with the individual who has a disability. Would you be doing that to the able-bodied community? Would you be teaching them how to be sensitive and aware and how to, maybe understand if there's a communication barrier?
Well, 100%. Just like what you said earlier in the show, looking at me, you wouldn't think I had a disability.
Right.
So people that come in to see us and work for us or even interact with us, when they see me, unless I'm sick, which I wouldn't be at work if I was, they will think, well, Jay doesn't have a disability. So I can go sort of on both sides. I can deal with people who are able-bodied because I'm thankful that when I'm not ill, I'm able. So I can deal with those people, and on the other side, I can deal with a disability person because I know when I get sick, I know exactly what they're feeling.
So you have a really great perspective on
both
things.
sides, and because I'm a producer, a talk show host, just I sort of done it by trial and error, sort of learning on what to do, just like anybody, learn on the job and go with it.
So in our last minute of the show, where do you see TDN in the next year?
TDN in next year, we have some big things that we're going to be announcing in 2015. So we're going to, hopefully you'll be seeing us right across Canada.
Great.
Okay. We're also really big online, so we're going to also have an IP channel. So we're going to hit both markets. We're going to hit the TV market, we're going to hit the online market, and now we're dealing with the U.S. because the U.S. has already been calling us saying, what are you guys doing? And we don't have anything like that down here, so you got to come down and see us. So once we finish with Canada, once we solidify Canada, then we're going to be moving down to the U.S., and then we're going to go into Europe with the network. And
then maybe outer space. Because the way you're going, you could keep going up there.
Virgin, what's his name? Richard Branson?
Branson guy. Branson, I hope you're watching. I hope you're watching, Sir Branson, because TDN needs to be up in the orbit. So I don't even know how to wrap this segment up because really Jay has said it for himself. TDN is not stopping where they are. They are going up. They are doing big things for the community. If you are an individual who has a disability, your time is now. Your time is absolutely now. It is not ending. Do not think because you have a disability you are done for, because your life is going to be great with organizations like TDN. So stay tuned after the break. This is Voice for All. I'll catch you guys later. Very good. And don't forget to join the Jam Fam at www.facebook.com/Miss Jam Gamble. And you could also find the TDN on Twitter. Make sure you connect with them today. Hi, welcome back to A Voice for All. I'm your host, Jamila Gamble, and on this episode we have CDRCP, got the name right. And as you can see on the set here, I have tons of resources which we're going to get into later on the segment, but join me in welcoming Tennille and Anne from CDRCP. And you guys are like the grandparents of the Peel region in the sense that you know how you always go to grandma and grandpa for everything you need, hugs, cookies. Well, we come to you for resources and we come to you for support. So Tennille, tell me in a nutshell, because I know there's a lot that CDRCP does, what do they offer the Peel region?
CDRCP is dedicated to connecting community and practitioners with information, resources, training, and services to promote quality family life. So that entails so much. But we have so many different programs that fit into, our little puzzle pieces. And, whether it's our resource library or if you're looking for information, we pride ourselves on the fact that we are Peel's kind of go-to hub. We're that go-to place, right, where you can turn to for information. So if you have questions about early learning programs, or you have questions about finding quality childcare, and what are the questions to ask when you're looking into quality childcare, we support in all of that, but also special needs. So if you have questions about services for children, youth, and adults in terms of how to navigate through Peel, we're really the go-to place for that.
Because I know when parents are entering the school board for the first time with a child who has special needs, you guys are usually right next to us at those meetings, right? Talking about resources and next steps. Again, like I said, grandma and grandpa of information. Now, Anne, what is your role within CDRCP?
I'm the Outreach and Volunteer Coordinator for the Early Years program. So what I do is promote the programs to families or caregivers with children up to 6, or I also promote it to anyone that or service that deals with families with young children.
Is this the same program that I see that's now operating in a lot of schools? That's like a free walk-in program?
Yes, they could be in schools. They're accessible to families all over. We also operate the Learning in Our Neighborhood program, which is LION for short.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, the LION program, and that's also free. The same focus, literacy, parent-child interaction. So parents or caregivers attend these programs and have access to resources to do with parenting, as well as they have opportunities to interact with their children, speak to early childhood educators about anything to do with their child's development, as well as take part in songs, stories, and rhymes to promote language, literacy, math, as well as social and physical development.
What I love the most about this program in particular, when I saw it in my previous school I worked at, we saw those kids who came in initially, coming into these programs, crying down the hallway, frightened. Their parents weren't sure if they're going to be ready for kindergarten next year. And in the following year, we see them, and they're walking down the hall like they own the school. They know the songs, they know the routine, because they went to these programs. And then their parents also learned the benefits of doing what they're doing in the classroom at home.
Exactly, and that's what we want to do. It's an environment where the parents are still there, so it gets that transition before kindergarten.
Good.
So they get used to mommy and daddy still or a caregiver being not too close, being close, and then eventually they're going to be at school where parents or caregivers are not going to be there.
And it's free.
And it's free.
The most important.
Free,
The most
free.
important part. You guys offer so much, but it's free. So I just want to quickly talk about these things here. As you can see, CDRCP came prepared on A Voice for All. So tell me about a backpack like this.
So CDRCP has a free lending library where it's like a regular library, you get a membership, but they're educational materials and learning toys, so they're stimulating. So they focus on different areas of development. So something like this is, you know, a magnetic science kit. Or we have things that are for literacy and numeracy, which are two really important areas of development. We also have arts and craft bins, and you know, there's something there for everybody. So if you're looking for social cognitive development, or you're looking to talk about feelings, and you have little you know, aids like this that the children and the parent or caregiver can participate together. They're wonderful. We implement them in the classrooms, but also in the home. So families can feel like they're getting quality, great products, but they can take them home and in the comfort of their own home and utilize them there.
How do you feel about being on A Voice for All?
We love it.
Yay. Oh, well, not her. Not so much.
She's not feeling it.
Not so much. So tell me what else CDRCP is doing within the Peel region.
So we have, you know, there's so many different programs, but we do have a special needs calendar where we post all the different events that are happening in, you know, in Peel, whether it's a training or, you know, whether it's a webinar that we're hosting as well. So we do live webinars. We do lots of trainings throughout Peel. We're the lead. But one of the nice features that we have on our website actually is it's a live chat feature. So families, you know, they can call us directly on our information line and they get that live voice. But if you feel comfortable, go online and chat with someone there. So there's so many different avenues that you can connect with us through, you know, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So any way that you can connect with us, we really encourage it.
I was not aware that you guys did that much. Like
Anything.
even the webinars and the live webinars and the educational piece for like community staff. That's phenomenal. With the resources again, keyword, it is for who? Who are these resources free for?
So they're free for you know, for respite workers, respite families, really anyone who attends our LION and our OEYC programs, free for those families, free for families who have children with special needs. Really, the door is always open to anyone and everyone who's looking to provide and bring in these stimulating materials into, you know, their home.
So from what I'm gathering, if I was a parent of a young child who has special needs, and this is my first time really understanding the system, you guys are really providing such a secure and safety net for them, because, you know, already raising a child with disabilities is costly.
Right.
And to get the, you know, top of the line products and gadgets and things like that that's going to help them to learn is sometimes difficult. But pre-made baggies like this, like how easy is that?
Everything.
It's one of my favorite parts of CDRCP, I can honestly say, is you can get lost in that. And we have a resource room as well, so there's equipment, like things like expensive software like Boardmaker.
Oh my God,
for
Boardmaker
families.
is pricey.
Yeah, so that's free for them to come in and utilize, and the more we can let families know about the resources that are out there, the more resourceful they can be, and you know, really make use of all the opportunities that they have.
So aside from us coming to you for CDRCP, how can you come to us? Like, do you guys come into the school board? Would you be coming into the school board, Ann?
We do. We are available to come into the school board and speak to teachers or even parents about early learning programs. So that's part of my job, is promoting the programs wherever families are, as well as a lot of our programs are inside schools.
Good.
Some that are on the Lion program or on the RV. Actually, so it's an RV that goes to different locations.
Ah, well, look at you guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you can't come to us, we can come to you.
Yeah.
Seriously,
that's
honestly,
the deal.
I have to give kudos to CDRCP because I don't see how someone can feel that their community does not have a resource center. Like, this is more than just like a resource center. This is like a whole family of resources that families can come out and meet you guys. Now, how do you gain support? Do you depend on funding? Is it government support? Is there ways that the community could support CDRCP financially?
Well, we do get funding from lots of different places, as you know. We are nonprofit, so I mean, all the support that we get through the community is always, you know, appreciated. We do, you know, the best support for us is for them to come out and just see the library, give us a call and hear that live voice. And once you end off the call with us, you'll know you're always leaving with more information than you started with. And you know, we have information referral specialists who speak several different languages.
Wow.
We have French staff, and we have interpretive services. So we really pride ourselves on being able to reflect the Peel community.
So what does CDRCP not do, from what I'm hearing?
I have yet to figure that out.
Wow, from the early learning program, which I want to tell people, if you know your community school offers one of the early learning centers and there's classes for you to go to, and you know they are free, why are you not going to them? Why not? Like, I have seen in myself that there's kindergartens who thrive on that. And you as a parent, you feel such a part of your child's learning experience because you know the songs, you know the actions, you get to know the school community, and as well, because it's in your community, that's very well the same school your child will be going to next year. So it's really helping with anxiety and transitions, and is building a relationship that you will thrive on. For special needs parents, do you see all these resources? If you feel that you cannot financially afford to go to, say, Scholar's Choice or anywhere else to get the top-of-the-line gear and products for your child, you have nothing to worry about. Everything is here. CDRCP has it all ready for you. From the resources to the staff, clearly they're warm and engaging and friendly. Like I said, they are your community godparents, grandparents, whatever you want to call them. All their information is at the bottom of the screen. Please be sure to join the Jam Fam. I will be posting their information afterwards. Connect with them, get the resources, get prepared. Thank you so much, Anna Tanin, for being on A Voice for All. This has been another awesome episode. I will catch you guys next week, and I hope you have an awesome one. Don't forget to join the Jam Fam, www.facebook.com/Miss Jam Gamble for all guest information.